Hey everyone, this video will contain two stories. This first story is about a man being married for 10 years, only to find out his spouse cheated on him before they even tied the knot. And get this, he discovers the truth in one of the most shocking ways possible. Now he's torn between revenge, divorce, and the well-being of his kids. What would you do? TLDR, my wife cheated before we got married. I found out after. 10 years later, I want revenge and/or divorce, but feel stuck. Advice needed. I met my wife 12 years ago. I was 20, she was 27. We started a serious long-distance relationship for a year while I finished school. She made it very clear she wanted something serious and didn't want me sleeping around, lying, etc. I respected her wishes. Once I got my degree, I moved in with her. She is the breadwinner in our relationship, and she refused to quit to move to where I lived. Understandable. Once I moved in, I noticed little red flags about her. I found old chats from her social media accounts of her randomly reaching out to random men while we were long distance, and when confronted, she made me feel crazy and said it was just entertainment. It was suspicious because it was how we met and we ended up sleeping together right away, etc. So to see her randomly messaging other men during our long distance relationship was a red flag. Still ignored it. Fast forward a year after moving in, I propose, and we get married right away. Married at 22, her 29, 13 months after the I do's. I log into her iPad and I open the cloud storage because I was looking for a specific photo we took that I wanted to send to my cousin, and I found pictures, videos, etc. of her having sex with other men the entire time we were long distance. I was heartbroken, dropped to my knees and cried. She lied. The entire relationship, she lied. I asked before the I do's if there was anything she wanted to confess before we got married. I didn't want to bring anything into our marriage. She swore up and down there was nothing. I stupidly believed her. When I confronted her about what I found, she lied. Took almost a week for her to finally tell the truth. She was using dating apps to meet random men and having sex with them while I'm on the other side of the country in school, staying faithful to her daily. Multiple different men, multiple different times. And then she decided to screenshot messages, record her escapades to keep them as trophies. She forgot to clear them, I guess. I wish I never found out. It ruined everything. There were so many times I wanted to cheat, and I didn't. It was hard, but she was worth it. Apparently, I wasn't. I regret not cheating back then. I regret not getting revenge once I found out either. I'm not ugly. I'm in very good shape, have a good career, and have no doubt I could find someone again. She killed my self-esteem, literally shattered every good thing I felt about myself. She was very remorseful when shit hit the fan. She was begging me not to leave, promising me it would never happen again, telling me she felt guilty for years, hysterically crying, the works. Anyways, I made her tell our families, which was a terrible idea, but I was too emotional to realize it at the time, and both of our families took her side. She painted it to look like we were not really serious until I moved in, and once I moved in, she stopped. Who the hell just casually dates until moving in? Of course it was serious. Serious enough for her to accuse me of cheating and question me while she was lying to me daily and living a double life. I was hurt on so many levels. Still hurts typing this out. I was angry, hurt, but couldn't afford to leave at the time I found out. I had to quit my job a few months earlier that year because her job just moved us to another state. So I was unemployed, depressed, and none of our family cared about how much I was hurt. Everyone felt like it was before marriage, so I wasn't justified to leave her. I felt trapped, so I stayed. Here we are 10 years later. We have a house, 3 kids, and I still haven't gotten over it. I feel like she tricked me into marrying her. She knew damn well I wouldn't have married her if I knew what she had done. I never would have even moved in with her. She took away my right to choose if this was something I was willing to deal with, commit to for the rest of my life. She destroyed our marriage in the very first year, and I stuck by her, trying to let it go, trying to ignore it, trying to be a good husband. She hasn't cheated again that I know of, but there's been some other stuff that has gone on in our marriage that has turned me even further away from her. I love my kids and I love them having 2 parents, but I'm not happy and I'm ready to leave. I love my wife, always will, but I'll never forget what she did to me, how she lied even after being caught, and tried to minimize our relationship to our family to save her ass. Admittedly, I want revenge. I'd stay married if I can just take my power back and show her how it feels. We're supposed to finally start counseling for this, but I don't see it working. She thinks everything is fine and she's happy. It's been 10 years, she says. I'm still not over it, but I also don't want to be a single dad or disrupt my kids' lives. They're innocent in all of this. I make good money, but she makes really good money. My kids would have to live with me full time because her job doesn't allow her to be a full-time single parent. It's too demanding, and she'd have to quit. I feel like my window to justify divorce or get revenge is gone because it's been 10 years already. I should have left when I found out, but I listened to everyone around me telling me to stay. I also couldn't afford to leave at that exact moment. Now, we have debt together, house together, kids together, and I don't know what to do. This is why I want revenge. Maybe then I'll be able to finally let go of what she did and move forward in our marriage. The messed up thing is, if I cheat and she finds out, she'll just leave, as if she didn't do the exact same thing. And her excuse will be that she didn't do it in the marriage. She won't fight like I did. She would leave me with my kids without hesitation because she leads with her earning potential. She makes very good money on her own and she doesn't need me for anything. I need advice. Picture this. Your spouse is in jail and your spouse leaves you their phone to pay their bills, only to find out they might be leading a double life. What would you do? Confront them while they're behind bars or wait for their release? I'm 26. My wife is 25. We met as teenagers and have been together for 7 years. Currently, she is serving a 6-month sentence in a probation detention center. She just left a couple weeks ago. Tonight, however, against my better judgment and my gut, I went through her phone. She left me her phone unlocked to help her pay her credit card bills and car note, which in total is about $700 a month. I saw she deleted all her messages with her friend. She's 20, who I have always been suspicious about. Her friend is always cheating on her boyfriend and meeting guys for sex, and sometimes tries to get money from them through scams. She didn't permanently delete all her messages though, and I restored them, and what I found completely broke me. In February of this year, my wife went out with friend, and the night ended with friend texting my wife, "Don't forget to delete text." And my wife replies, "Already blocked." I'm already freaking out at this point. There are other times of them talking about how hot guys are, and guys adding my wife on Snapchat, and her semi-excited about it. Always ending in friend telling her to message them, and my wife saying, maybe. Eventually, I come across them making an OnlyFans account to try and scam guys and make money through more than the regular OnlyFans content type of way. Most of the conversations are deleted, but there are a few texts that give it away, but leave out a lot of details. The worst is friend asking for provocative pictures to send to guys, and my wife sends a picture of herself in a very compromising position with bruises on her body and tied up. In our 7 years, we never tried anything like that in the bedroom. My wife is very self-conscious about her body, and I try to accommodate that and assure her I love her and am attracted to her no matter what. So, for her to do something like that for someone else hurts a lot. That may seem kind of gross from my point of view, like jealous, but I still feel it. She is naked in the photo, and they both laugh at the picture. Soon, before sending that picture, there is a message of friend saying, "I had so much fun, felt like a teenager again," and my wife agreeing. Then friend asks for photos, and my wife sends a photo of her tied up. Friend then says, "Don't show these to that guy we shared." What? Guy we shared? Did they have a threesome? Is the photo taken by friend, or is there some creep out there who has that photo of my wife and mother of my kids? So I'm very confused and completely fuming now. A lot of it is hard to piece together because my wife deleted some text and not others. My heart is beating out of my chest, and I go to her Facebook messages where she messaged the guy about wanting to see him before her court date. The rest of their texts don't seem flirty, but she has never mentioned this guy to me at all. So that's very suspicious also. Also, I must clarify that during the dirty photo, September 4th, 2020, me and my wife had taken a break, but were working things out. The day before we planned a whole date with an itinerary and everything, the date went well, and I thought we were on the right track to fix our relationship. That following October, we got back together for good. Also, she is in jail for helping an inmate she fell in love with make extra phone calls with a banned cell phone in 2021. I knew of this already, and we had decided to work through it since she came and talked to me about it, and I didn't find out through another source. She seemed genuine and regretful about that. I haven't slept all night. We have 2 kids together, 7 and 3. She calls me from jail, completely devastated that she's missing out on the kids and me, and she is a great mother. Other than getting in trouble for what she's in jail for, she always thinks about the kids first and puts them first. They never want for anything, and she always has ideas to take them to do fun things. We were in a very good place before she left for jail, at least from my point of view. We told each other we loved each other. Our sex life was good. We communicated and supported each other. We were in an overall good place relationship-wise. I don't know whether to tell her I know all these things because it will just break her down even more while she's in there. She begs me not to leave her every time she calls, but I'm guessing now it's because she might think I will find this stuff out. I really don't know what to do. Do I just hold all this in and wait for her to get out and then talk about it in 6 months or so? Do I tell her tonight when she calls? I'm completely heartbroken, confused, and lost. TLDR, I found out my wife could have had a threesome and cheated on me, but she's in jail, and I don't know whether to confront her or not.